Hey guys, it's me again. That was the radio, not my face. I'm Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and today we're demonstrating a conversion job on a radio sent in by Darren from Racine, Wisconsin. This is out of a 1966 T-Bird convertible, very cool sounding car. And a couple things I'll point out on this type of radio, these 1966 Ford units, the shaft, the control shaft is actually part of the knob assembly. It's not part of the radio. If you have a 66 radio of this type that has a shaft sticking out, that means the knob is pulled off the shaft. But on these models, the shaft is not part of the unit; it's part of the knob. But now on the volume knob here, you can see that the shaft stayed on the radio when the customer pulled the knob off. The shaft has apparently become rusted to the control. It's not a good idea to try to free these using excessive force because it's most likely going to damage the control. You're not going to find another control except on another unit, so it's really best to leave it as is. And if the customer still has the same knob, of course, it'll slide right over the shaft. If he has to buy a set of knobs for his unit because they are unusual knobs, then he'll need to remove the shaft from the knob and push the knob onto this existing shaft. So now that all that's taken care of, let's go ahead and test this radio. Go ahead and turn her on. And the first thing we'll do is run it down the dial, make sure we pick up some FM stations.
Deserts as we get into early next week.
Voice as a
But to this day, when Moses is read, a
previously existing.
Nah,
sponsored by the they're not opening up quickly. It's coming on strong.
Playing right now is feeling your luck.
Jesus,
It's not going to last long. You know.
DIY thank you message.
Okay, I counted about 34, 35 FM stations coming in clearly, which is pretty typical. Let's go over to AM and make sure we pick up the 3 AM stations I get in my area. To go to AM, we go off, then right back on, off, on. Now we're on AM, should pick up 3 stations.
but they can't. Because those people are at home getting
One.
more time.
Community issue or concern that
Go there.
Yeah, there's 1,
focus at
2,
Talk.
and 3's coming up.
Oh, that was classic.
Okay, and that's our strong AM stations. So let's go back to FM.
And is not for migraine prevention.
We're going to test our balance control. We're going to bring our speakers in the picture, make sure we got all 4 speakers working. Work our balance control all the way left, all the way right,
2 to 4%.
left,
and tiredness
right.
3%.
While normal routines have shifted,
Now,
the need for
because of the very short travel on the tone control on some of these 66 units, there's just not sufficient range to activate the virtual front rear fader, so you're going to be stuck with equal output on the front and rear speakers, though you can vary the balance.
This hour of music brought to you by Fulton Homes.
Did you know you can get
You can vary the balance. Unfortunately, you don't have control over the front rear speaker balance on this particular radio. Okay, now we're going to test. We're going to make sure the Bluetooth activates, and by that we're just going to give the volume control 2 turns to the right and make sure that the lady comes on saying Bluetooth ready to pair. So here we go.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Okay, Bluetooth right here. So the unit is now trying to pair with a portable audio device, and as you know by now, I don't go to all that time and trouble on these demo videos. So after 90 seconds, she'll come back on saying pairing not completed. While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and test the 8-track function. Got some Neil Sedaka.
You have made my life a fantasy. You don't know what you're doing to me.
Okay, those are when I'm troubleshooting units, I use test tones. Sometimes they actually record themselves onto the tape. So now that I've explained that, switch tracks. Okay, make sure we get both speakers on the 8-track function. Get a nice, bright sounding 8-track. Thanks to my special hand-built preamp.
If you're feeling low down, 'cause you're gonna fuck her down, here's where I find shiver in your knees. My heart goes pitter-patter 'cause I'm mad.
Okay, pull the tape out. Radio should come back. There's our radio back. Alrighty, and that's everything. We've tested all the functions, and the ones that will work on this radio do work. The only thing we don't have is that virtual front-rear fader because of such a limited travel of this radio's tone control. Tone control normally has about at least 300 degrees of travel. This has probably less than 100 degrees of travel, so there's just not enough range there to activate that function. Sometimes the models do work, and sometimes they don't. It's just a matter of your particular radio's personality, but it's all because of the limited travel in this tone control. That's a fairly common issue. So we're ready to go back to the customer. Let's check the dial light. You may not be able to see it. Yes, you can. You see that dial light flashing on and off in response to my command. So that's it. She's ready to go back to the customer. I'm ready to get on to the next job. Let's see if we can find me. There's me. I'm Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. And if you have an old 8-track or AM radio in need of service and or conversion, I'm your guy. You can reach me directly at 928-533-9666. That's for paying, repair, or conversion customers only. It's not for do-it-yourselfers looking for belts, motors, or parts. I don't offer those services. Sorry, guys, there just isn't time. My website's in the description below. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. Thank you, Darren, for your business, and we'll see you guys next time.